Hey all, Ryan here from Planetary Lapidary, and welcome to another episode of Lake Michigan Fossils, where I go over fossils that I find on the western shore of Lake Michigan and just show you a little more about them, so you could maybe better identify them for yourselves on your own rock hunts. So, unfortunately, this is going to be the last episode of Lake Michigan Fossils because I'm pretty much out of fossils. We went over honeycomb coral and chain coral and horn coral and algae and stromatoporids in the previous episodes. Those are the main things that I pretty much find. I find very few other things. Here are just a couple things that I do find, like a lot of crinoid stem, fossils. Like this looks like a brachiopod, but it's actually a stem in there, so it's just a little piece. That's pretty much the only other thing I find. There's another little section. Another tiny little one there. You can kind of start seeing the circle. Little one on an end here. So what crinoids are, they actually look like flowers. They're actually called sea lilies, but they are living organisms that just look like flowers. And they're kind of made up of all these plates, like a plated stem. There you can see the little circle right in the end of that little piece. And here's a good example here of one of those plates. So basically it would be a stem kind of going up in plates like that all the way up. And I find a few of those, these are ones I find. But other than that, this may or may not be a brachiopod, like a shell, sort of like a shell, but it's hard to tell because it's such a little piece. I think it is, but that's probably the only one I've ever found. Then I have found a few of these, which I'm not 100% sure what these are. If this is like Charlevoix stone, I don't generally find anything, like Petoskey stone or Charlevoix stone. I usually don't find any of that at all, but I did find this one, and I don't think it's a big honeycomb. It might be though. And then I found this one too. I'll get this one wet. So this is the only other one I ever found like that with the big, the big circles, and it does go through, but I'm not sure, maybe it's Charlevoix, maybe not. But either way, those are the only two pieces I've ever found that really looked like that. And then I did find a couple, like the Omars or the Omarolics, where it's kind of was an inclusion in there. So that one was a really good one. It goes in and kind of goes around in the edges. And this one may or may not have been, like a gastropod inclusion. It's got the spiral in there, like a shell spiral all the way down. So that was another little cool one. But other than that, I don't really find anything else. So this will be the last episode, like I said, of the Lake Michigan Fossils. But tune in next Monday for a new segment. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be yet, but something about Lake Michigan rocks, I'm guessing. So if you like this last fossil video, leave a thumbs up. Check out the previous videos if you want to find out more about the other fossils, and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for just a couple close-ups at the end here, and we'll see you in the next one.